Hey, how's it going, everyone? It's my guy knows the guy, NBA betting today. If this is your first time watching the channel, hit subscribe. I do want to tell everyone I'm not pleased about what happened with the Utah Jazz last night. The Utah Jazz are some frauds. How do you allow that to even happen? That's how I know they're not going to win anything, probably ever. Good morning, everyone. This is actually gonna be brief. Just want to update everyone on some things that are going on in the NBA. What's going on, my bro? HK, Matt, CM, Jay, how's it going? Avery, BTB, Mario C, Jay, Max. I see everyone. Sam. Yeah, it's early today, Tuesday. Hope everyone's feeling great. Hit the like button for me. Let's try to get to some money today. As we saw last night, it was the difference between a good night. Actually, the Jazz. It's just crazy. They were up by 16 points with 4 minutes left in a game that they were controlling almost from the first quarter. They played pretty well. They went pretty close to the projection, actually. I thought the Jazz would win that game by about 9 or 10 points or more. But it just goes to show you what's going on with point spreads right now. There's a lot of value in the prop market. I'm still going to find value with point spreads and totals, but just try to bet on better teams that are proven to have better metrics in the fourth quarter. This Jazz team seems to be on autopilot. I've been projecting them to go on a run pretty soon. The timing of Donovan Mitchell missing games is very inopportune for them. But Rudy Gobert's trash. They're trash. Quinn Snyder's trash. The Utah Jazz are trash. Their fans, don't even get me started there. Good morning, everyone. As we see I'm going to get to some of the plays that I have shared that I have listed for today. Just going to bring up some of the odds. This will be pretty brief. Then I'm going to go live again this evening. Going to have a couple of guests joining us this evening. We're going to finish off our card, add some more picks, some more props. But I do have a couple of bets that I did place early, so I figured it would be a good time to maybe get on and explain what we have going on. So hit that like button. Let's continue. What did I say about the Grizzlies and the Suns? Those are two teams that I do not want to bet against, and they canceled each other out. Essentially, the Grizzlies got the outright win. Crazy, crazy game. That was the game of the night by far. All right, I do want to start with the Knicks T-Wolves game, okay? We have a Knicks team that seems to have figured out their starting rotation. They did get R.J. Barrett activated from health and safety protocols on Christmas Day, but he admitted that he felt a half step behind. He was breathing heavily. He still had lingering effects. Sounds like he actually had COVID. He wasn't just in the protocols. Seems like R.J. Barrett was actually sick that day. The Knicks, they still got the dub. Kemba Walker's playing at a very efficient level. He's in prove-it mode. He's in audition mode. Whether they keep him for the long term or not, I think it would be pretty. I think it would be pretty bad. I think it would be pretty. Oh, what's up, guys? What's up, J Money? Good morning, bro. Come on, jump on with me, bro. J Money doing it for the people, guys. Doing it for the people. Hey, Akbar, let's go. No cap, let's go. Akbar's been going crazy, everyone. You guys, I shouted him out yesterday. I know our brother J Money had him as well. Jordan Clarkson, what did I say? He's playing in front of his friends and family. Okay? Sometimes this anecdotal stuff actually comes into fruition. Maybe I should have attacked more props in the Jazz game because they definitely let me down. But I do want to make note that, and it's okay. I wear my L's on my sleeve. We've won a lot this year. Unfortunately, wins and bad stretches are going to come for everyone. It comes and goes. I have confidence in myself and my research abilities to dig out of it. But I do want to say that like 4 larger spread bets that I've had over the last 7 days were all covering in the first half. They were all covering in the first half. It's a small sample size, but there might be time to shift over to first half bets soon. You never know. When it comes to favorites, I'm talking about favorites. Okay, always want to adjust, always want to learn. Let's go. So just gonna scroll through some of this while I'm talking about the games. You guys can just see what's going on the games. Back to this Knicks T-Wolves game. They did not allow the Knicks to practice yesterday. They did not allow the Knicks to practice yesterday, and today they're only going to be allowed to play one-on-one drills based on NBA recommendations or something. This might be smoke and mirrors. Let me get the current odds right now because I think the line is actually changing in this game. I like the Knicks today. It's just this T-Wolves team, they're maxed out. But I do want to say something, everyone. The reason I advise possibly waiting for this game is based on the rules change yesterday with the COVID-19 rules. Players are allowed to come out of health and safety protocols quicker. Anthony Edwards might play today. They're not saying that anywhere, but if you just count the days, like the same thing that happened with Trae Young yesterday, Anthony Edwards could play today if he's ready to play basketball. Like, he could play. He obviously is a game changer, but plus minus and efficiency, D'Angelo Russell has actually been more important to the team so far this season. I think the Knicks can cover this game even if Anthony Edwards plays this game. Give me the Knicks at -3, but I advise basically waiting to see if you can get an even better price. You see on the screen it says they're going to announce the T-Wolves status around 1 p.m. Why would they just say that randomly, right? They're probably going to say Anthony Edwards is questionable, upgraded to questionable, or it might be probable for the game. That could throw the rhythm off for props on the T-Wolves side. I know some of their players have been going off, Beasley, McDaniels, but that's because of usage, because of minutes. I think that the Knicks, if you guys noticed in the past, I like to take the Knicks against teams that are in bad shape or essentially under 500. I know that the T-Wolves are not a team that I think they're going to finish the season above 500, but the roster that they're going to put out tonight is not a 500 basketball team. And I think the Knicks can get it done in the first half and the full game. But I think the Knicks full game, the Knicks last night, yeah, it's crazy. No, you mean the Knicks? Oh, you mean you took them early? You took them early. Yeah. Okay, you took them early. Yeah, it was a bad line at the open. I thought that there's a good chance that Anthony Edwards would play, but essentially he's only one of the big three. You know, they have a lot of young bodies, but if they don't have a front line, if Julius Randle, one thing that I did read is that the Knicks are only 2-7 when Julius Randle attempts less than 17 field goals. If he wants it, they'll win. It's crazy against these teams against these bad lineups. The Knicks have an inability to cover against good teams. It's just what I'm seeing. I like the Knicks. Maybe we can add that later today when we have full squad. But I like them at -3. It seems like a dummy line, right? But I still like them. And we don't have the props just yet. I'll refresh it. But I do think that R.J. Barrett. What do you guys think about R.J. Barrett coming into this game today? And I know a lot of people are riding with Kemba Walker. He didn't hit his points last game, but I think R.J. Barrett could have a big game today. What do you guys think? J Money, how you feel about Akbar? HK, guys, how do you feel about R.J. Barrett going into this game? How do you feel about if we get him in? He's gonna play. You know, he wasn't listed because there might be some other stuff going on with the Knicks lineup, but I think R.J. Barrett could have a decent game today. Yeah, it's in my bio. It's in my bio. Hit the 3 dots on my Twitter account, and hit the 3 dots, and then hit lists. You'll see a list called Beat Reporters. You can all share it. It's just a list of beat reporters. I probably need to do a better job of adding more beat reporters to it. You know, I probably need to look right here. It says, you know, the Morning Report, Minnesota has gotten very healthy suddenly. This is 17 minutes ago. Karl Anthony Towns. Oh, wow, I just missed this. This must have happened since I've gone live. Karl Anthony Towns, D'Angelo Russell, Anthony Edwards, Jared Vanderbilt, Patrick Beverly, all listed as available for tonight against the Knicks out of protocols. You see what I mean? Do you see what I mean? All right, I'm going to send you the link, Jay. Maybe we can just hop on for we can just speed through it. But do you guys see what I mean, though? A lot of people bet this Knicks game last night. Give me 1 second, y'all. We're going to power through this schedule, and, hey, the Jazz are trash. The Utah Jazz fans hate me anyways. Yeah, I missed this somehow. Right here. Look, it seems like everyone's going to play for the T-Wolves, everyone. Maybe disregard what I said for the last 10 minutes. They can still win the Knicks, though, for the mob. For real. They told us this so early in the day. But we knew this yesterday with the rules change. A lot of guys are coming out of protocols. It looks crazy, 100 guys in protocols. I'm just sending J Money the link. Hey, also, for a second, everyone, take a second to visit sportx.bet, the crypto sportsbook owned by its community. Major sports betting tournament going on right now, $50,000. And there's a lot of sports betting tournaments coming up. They're free to enter. You just bet off your balance. Whoever bets the best, they win the cash. All right, Jay, I just sent you the StreamYard link, actually. I'll just hang around for a second. I'll just scroll through some of the news. We have Jay Money is Money joining us. Follow the brother on Twitter, Money is Money, and subscribe to his channel on YouTube as well. NBA Talk with Jay every single day. Surprised they haven't taken the. It's because they knew. It's because they knew. A couple of my friends on Discord were telling me the line is changing dramatically without any news an hour ago. They didn't steal your money, right? They didn't steal your money yet. I'll just keep it real. But it does look crazy, Kazmat. A lot of guys may come out of protocols, Flea. A lot of guys may come out of protocols. Okay, so the line is still. It changes my outlook on the game. It's tough now. This is what's going on, though. This is what's going on, everyone. Good morning, bro. Good morning to the legend. Jay Money is Money. Let's go. Let's go. Good morning, bro. I know you're an hour behind too. I know. But
yeah, no, we cool. What's up with you, bro?
Hey, we're just we're trying to get some cash. We're trying to get some cash. They're throwing. I'm not gonna lie. I really did like the Knicks before this.
I don't think that we should get off of it. You know what? I've been figuring out we shouldn't go away from a good idea, bro. Like, I mean, I got the Knicks written down as well. Obviously, they were supposed to be a depleted team today, but sometimes, bro, like sometimes it goes the other way, right? Sometimes teams will see a depleted team and not come to play their best, and then they see their guys and it's like, oh, okay, let's come to play. So it's still Knicks or nothing for me here. Better line, possibly some mob shit going on, just like you say. It's still a back-to-back for the rest of the team. So it's still Knicks or nothing for me here. They got to get on the streak. Obviously, it's going to be tough with having everybody still come back, but we don't even know if they're going to play for sure, right? They're just saying that they got
they're available.
Exactly.
Yeah, so the next monkey wrench might be people putting all their money on the T-Wolves, and then later half of the guys on this list, they weren't conditioned to play tonight.
That would be so, bro. Good God,
they're doing it.
Criminal.
They're doing it.
Criminal, but yeah, no, there's definitely injury report manipulation as well, man. So, but we know guys coming back from COVID not necessarily that great condition. So we'll see what happens.
Yeah, maybe we'll wait till later. Maybe you'll have some insights for us on your show later as well. You never know what happens right before tip-off. Let's see how it goes, bro. Let's see how it goes. Just want to appreciate, take a second to appreciate you for even taking the time to join us right now. We can move on to some other games, bro. This game actually just made me mad. I'm going to tweet out that you joined us.
How did the Celtics lose to these motherfuckers yesterday? I know that Smart sat out, Tatum was out, but come on, bro. When I was looking at, they were up by 10, and then they just let them come all the way back. But yeah, we get to Knicks, and still Knicks are nothing for me.
Still Knicks or nothing. Maybe like we said earlier, maybe we get an even better price closer to game time, -1.5, -2. You never know. Also, everyone, the game is still on the board, so it is weird. Just wait. You don't have to. We're talking early in the day. Maybe just wait. We'll move on to some other games. And also, Jay, about that Celtics game, I watched the highlights. That's one of the games I missed. I didn't get a chance to watch it, but man, it's like, come on, bro, come on.
That they let down.
Just come on.
They let down.
These fourth quarter favorites are shitting. These fourth quarter favorites are shitting their pants, and it's not deterring me from betting the games. I'm still going to bet the NBA games. There's spots to get some value, but the fourth quarter favorites that the ones that seem too easy, they're getting outscored in the fourth quarter almost every night. Everyone.
Yeah,
almost every night.
The Bulls, they except for them boys can keep it going in the fourth quarter. They're the only ones that can keep it going in the fourth.
The Bulls' Twitter accounts are going crazy, bro. They're every night. It's the first time since Pippen and Jordan. The first time since with Levine, and it's getting crazy with those guys. It's getting crazy. We can move on to the Bucks, the actual first game on the card. The Bucks and the Magic. I'll be honest, Jay. This is one of the games I had listed as a team that might let down later in the game, but could come out with max effort early in the game because of how they almost had an early letdown against the Celtics at home on Christmas. I was thinking maybe they come out with some energy against the Magic. It is a high first half line, but it's just a crazy matchup edge all across the board.
Yeah, nah, this is a tough game, man. Obviously, it's crazy, bro. Don't look at the Magic are gonna be something in the next few years. This team actually is playing pretty hard. They're like one of the worst teams in the league record wise, but they do play hard. Obviously, you've had a ton of guys out the whole season. I think maybe Cole Anthony's out again in this one. I'm not sure what's going on with him. He came back and then he was out for injury management. Then they're saying I'm seeing one injury report saying he's out today. Do you have some info on it? Because obviously Cole Anthony's big for the Magic. Without
He's
him,
big.
they struggle to score. Even they already struggle to score, but without him, they really struggle to score. And I'd have to be
Exactly.
looking towards an under or a Magic team total under spot here.
Maybe they get smothered. And just to add to your point, you made a great point about Cole Anthony. People just view him as a scorer. He actually makes those guys better around him just because of the attention that he attracts. Franz Wagner, that's the first time I said his last name correctly, everyone. Franz Wagner, he he um, he was exploding on his points props when Cole Anthony was in. Now it seems like he's the main guy. It's easy to game plan for him. You know, obviously going up against a front line of Giannis and Bobby Portis, they need Cole Anthony today. I think that these guys could get smothered, and maybe even the first half team total under too, Jay. If you play that team total under, I'll ride with you. You're going off, and I think that the Bucks can get it done. -8 is not a line that you want to lay in the first half in the NBA. Everyone, that type of line has backdoor written all over it. But I think the Bucks just have too much talent for these guys, just
Yeah.
too much.
That's the only thing you worry about here is mindset. As long as the Bucks come in here with, and there's no real look ahead. They play these guys again in a few days on Thursday. So it's Bucks or nothing for me here. I could see a Smack City spot, and I'd be looking at Magic team total under, my guys.
Okay, okay. Any player projections for you in this one, or just maybe wait for the lineups? It's kind of a I'd say it's more difficult for the Bucks because they played so many lineups for a champion. They've played so many different lineups already this season. It seems like they're just now getting whole. So maybe some of the guys that we were used to playing for props so far in this season, the value might be. I mean, not the value, but the lines are just it's not the same. Like guys like Grayson Allen, Pat Connaughton. Pat Connaughton's fighting for minutes now. Not fighting, but I don't know. I don't know how you feel about that, but I think Drew Holiday in this game could go over 1.5 threes. I think Drew
Over
Holiday
one.
could go 1.5 threes. Usually they have him at like -150. This is one of the days you can get him at closer to -105, -110. Only thing is you get scared about is the blowout. But I think Drew Holiday could, this is, especially if Cole Anthony doesn't play, it's just like Gary Harris is having to play 40 minutes. He's going to be overwhelmed. I don't know. We can move on though. We can
Yeah,
move
no,
on.
that's good for the props. I'm not seeing Cole Anthony on the projected lineup, so you're gonna see Hassani Gravett again. I think that's how you say his name. Then you got guys like Gary Harris. I don't know, man. These guys are playing for their opportunities. So I mean, Gravett could go. They could go off, man. But I know Gary Harris props was like around 8.5 for a while. Do you have a number for him for points?
It's 14.5 for
For
him.
yeah, so it's gonna be higher with now. Yeah,
Could
and
be,
it's
could
tough,
be.
like you say, with the Bucks because the blowout factor. They have so many different guys that could go off here. What are we doing? They resting Giannis at the last minute. What are we doing here?
This is crazy. I hope they don't do that. They could still crush them without him, though. It's the crazy part.
Yeah,
But I do have something that's maybe more experimental, only because it looks like it has been hitting. It's Wendell Carter under 1.5 threes. I know I haven't played many unders, but I mean, it's still 1.5, and he almost never goes over 1.5. I don't know what they're doing. It's juice though. We can move on though. Appreciate J Money for joining us, everyone. Everyone hit the like button for us as well. What's up, Akbar, Jur, Kamark, James? How you guys feel about the Bucks and the Magic? I like the Bucks in the first half to crush these guys and get them out the way. J Money likes the under for the Orlando Magic. Maybe we'll wait till later to lock these picks in, but the matchup seems to be there for these guys to get smothered. How do you feel about the total for the game, Jay? No look, right? This one was tough for me, like because the Bucks could make it. The Bucks could be the ones to make it happen, but
like I
still smother
say,
them.
if I'm going total anything, I'm betting Magic team total under, right? Because the Bucks could put up 130 on these motherfuckers. The game end up going over, but then that Magic team, like these guys struggle to score, man. They struggle to score. But in this type of game, Friday, we always worry about motivation. Like, what if the Bucks come out here like they don't give a damn? Magic got 30 points in the first quarter. Like, what are we doing? But offensively, in theory, these guys. I mean, you got guys like Admiral Schofield possibly start. Maybe they get R.J. Hampton here back, but this team's decimated already. They were already worst team in the league. They play hard, but that's mostly on the defensive end, but they try to slow the game. That's why I say, and Mobley is a defensive coach, bro. He came from the Mavericks. He teaches these guys to play hard on defense. So I'm looking towards the unders in here, but mainly Magic team total under because the Bucks could just smack the shit out of these motherfuckers.
Yeah, points will be at a premium for these guys. They would have to have a stellar 3-point shooting night. Just one of those random, all the guys from a lot of G League 10-day contracts are expiring too, everyone. That might be why we're seeing max effort from some of these guys. A lot of these guys know they have to go back to Santa Fe or Greensboro or I mean, what's the other one in Iowa? We can move on. We can move on though. The Jazz are trash.
Bro, what happened in that game?
You gotta watch it.
Literally,
you actually have to watch it. I advise watching that game.
Points.
Watch the last 2 minutes.
Score 110. I'm working on some podcast shit, and then I see 110-104. I'm like, what the fuck just happened, bro?
Sosa, good morning, brother. Good morning, brother. Thanks for that hit yesterday too, bro. Join us later. Join us as well. If you have time now, join us. But I'm actually going to try to get out of here in the next 10, 15 minutes. Maybe we'll have another session for the evening, everyone. But really appreciate that Charlotte Hornets pick yesterday too, Sosa. But Jay, the Jazz game yesterday, maybe check it out, bro. It looked crazy. I'm going to move on. Heat Wizards. There's a bet in this game that I will just share right now that I've already played, everyone. In this game, it's Duncan Robinson over 2.5 threes plus 115. It was 3.5 for the longest. Kyle Lowry was the main facilitator for that stretch. If you notice, when Kyle Lowry was playing, it was lights out 3-point shooting for everybody. This is what he does. He finds open 3-point shooters, and these guys were having excellent stretches. You know, Duncan Robinson dipped slightly, but I think matchup-wise against this Wizards team that's slipping, you know, they're slipping right now. It's pretty rare to get a player like him at 2.5. So I took it early. I took it confidently. I don't know how you feel about this game.
I couldn't talk you off. It started to go down because he was struggling for a little while. But we know Duncan Robinson, he's a shooter, right? He's out there to shoot. Him and guys like Hero, even if they're in a slump, they're still going to shoot with confidence. So now you got basically Jimmy Butler running the show, and that's probably why you're going to get more 3-point attempts for Duncan Robinson now. The Heat look different without Lowry, I must say, even though it was smack city last game. Well, depending on what number you got, they played around with the Magic. I don't know, bro. You know what? Call me crazy. I got a crazy feeling. I hadn't bet this game. I mean, I don't bet this fucking early, but I actually lean the Wizards here, man. These they starting Yerk said they down to their third center. You see what I'm saying? They having to play Haslam and Akpala out there. So you already without Adebayo. Then you're now without Deadman too. So I think this is a game where possibly Gafford could go bunkers. Friday, let me know something, bro, because I saw something about Harold that he was out.
Yeah, he entered protocols this morning. Yep, he's out.
That's tough. Tough. It'd be nice to have Harold out there to exploit their weakness because I think that they won't have PJ Tucker again. We don't even know who's fucking playing right now, but I do know that Adebayo and Deadman are still out. We know that Kyle Lowry's still out. That's starting to be some huge pieces, even though they got Butler back, still got Vincent. We'll see if PJ Tucker comes back today. If not, I lean Wizards, man, plus the 6.5. But this is not something I had written down on my short list.
Okay, yeah, and then we just don't know sometimes if there's like a chain reaction with the protocol news. Yeah, like you said, maybe wait. You never know if some other guys might be in protocols too. We're seeing chain reaction stuff going on with the NBA back to back, and then it links to other teams. And then I started thinking about, who did the Wizards play? Who did they play last? Could someone on that team be infected or something? Are they going to enter protocols? You know, it's so much to think about. But you know, this Heat team is severely undermanned. I project a lot of unders in Heat games without Kyle Lowry, everyone. The points are going to be at a premium.
Bro, real quick, what do you think about Corey Kispert, my guy?
I'm not going to say bust just yet, you know, because he it seems like now, because of the injuries they've had, they're throwing him to the Wolves now. Maybe we can judge him in a month from now, but it seems like, you know, the Wizards, they could have used their resources more wisely, I think, because
My guy,
they haven't had that high of a pick for quite some time, right?
yeah, and then you already got Bertans out there. He's basically the same type of guy as Bertans out. Out there to only shoot threes, and he's absolute food on defense. So I don't know. I wasn't a fan of signing. We see him out there starting. I mean, he can hit some threes, but I don't know. I just wanted to know your opinion. I wanted to know if I was the only guy that was seeing some.
Absolutely crazy. I know one thing, Jay. I had to look it up. We do a little bit of digging. It's a shame. We have to talk about this guy another time. This Desmond Bane guy, the Celtics drafted him, bro. They drafted him and traded him to the Grizzlies for nothing. And they're the ones that evaluated him and talked him up before the draft. Imagine if they just had a player like that right now instead of like a Schroeder or a.
Yeah, I didn't know that. There was some info. Yeah, Bane is like not far from my guy Julius Williams that always come through on my show. That's his cousin. So I mean, he has Bane. He didn't text Bane and got some inside info for him.
Oh, Bane's putting on for the whole neighborhood then.
We know Bane well. Let's just put it that way.
Say no more. Say no more. That's good to know. I know he's a North Texas guy too. We can continue to the. Yeah, just for me in this game, everyone, Duncan Robinson over 2.5 threes. That's it for me in this one. Maybe more evaluation. Because the markets were actually very limited. Also, maybe look at Omer Yurtseven, his rebounds. He's just been on a streak, a tear, like 4 or 5 in a row. It might be one of those players but the books know that now. It's minus 140 for over 9.5. Yurtseven has gone over his points, his rebounds total. I mean, like 5 straight games. He's just a tank. He talks about how
double.
He's talking about how he even trains after the games with Haslam. Haslam just takes him to the gym and it's crazy. Like this guy's trying to get better. But all streaks must end. So bet reasonably. All streaks must end. You don't want to be late to the party. Gafford is still pretty good, but no Harrell might be sweet on Yurtseven rebounds. Lakers Rockets. This game, I have to watch this game, Jay. I have to watch this game.
I will not discuss the Lakers on my show at all. I'll talk about them here with yours. The Lakers will not come up on my show or podcast, my God. I guarantee you for the near future. Stand far away from this game.
Yeah, this game might be only for viewing, maybe just to laugh at the Lakers if they slip up again. Because the Rockets, I kid you not, bro. They already know. The Rockets, they already know they're not going anywhere, right? Bro, last night it felt like they laid down against the Hornets to play the Lakers.
Super Bowl type shit.
Like they didn't put anyone back in, and the game was it was crazy. Christian Wood, they crushed all the props. All Rockets props got crushed because of that. They were already going to get killed by the Hornets because of the style of play the Hornets chose to play last night. They really ran these guys off the court, but even the Rockets commentators were saying that they were talking about the Lakers game the day before. Now, this is a game where it's a must-win game for the Lakers, everyone. That's why I can't take the Rockets. It's a must-win game for the Lakers. Like it's essential. This is the definition of a must-win game. If they lose to the Rockets, you might see a domino effect with trades immediately.
Is Westbrook playing or is he out? I'm seeing that he's out at a couple of places. Then I look at the lineups and one of them has them in there. But I see a couple of places saying he out, health and safety protocol.
I'm going to look that up right now. That's new to me. I actually purposely ignored this game before the show.
No lie, bro. It's on RotoWire.
That's nuts.
It says Westbrook is out, bro. Health and safety. Let me see. So, no, RotoWire has him in there, but then I'm looking at this other one that's saying out indefinitely illness. He's been in health and safety protocols. But I hadn't been on Twitter. This is why. Like, I don't even care. I'm looking at the games from a different standpoint. I'm not even looking at that info and shit. Like, the prime example, that Timberwolves shit, I don't even care about that, bro. I'm looking at the line. I see it's going down. I know something's going on, but I still like the Knicks just because of the spot. You see what I'm saying? So some of that info on Twitter started to skew me different ways. I'm like, this is bullshit.
It does that. It does that to me at times.
Yeah, I'm going back to some old school shit.
You know what skews as well, Jay, is the other like the journalists, the sports betting journalists, when they put together trends, like public money trends or this team is this, like betting trends, ATS trends. That stuff can really cloud you as well because it becomes very, very trendy at times,
Exactly. Bro, what are we doing? Is he in or out? Because
I'm seeing him in. but I'm seeing him
If
in.
Westbrook is that, I was gonna say if Westbrook is out, but unfortunately Rondo's still out too. If you had Westbrook out and Rondo in, I'd actually like the Lakers even more. Westbrook is hurting this fucking team. I mean, the rest of the guys aren't playing hard either, but Westbrook is literally out there hurting the team. It's actually tough to see because I actually think he used to be a damn good player. I mean, I respect the hell out of him. It's just, you see him on a good team. I mean, I don't know. He did good with the Wizards. I don't know what's going on with this team. I don't know if they're too old or what, but I'm not betting on them. I'm not watching them, and I'm not talking about them on my show, my guy. But it's not a good spot for the Rockets in theory. Maybe if they were looking ahead to this game, but they're still traveling on the back-to-back on the
you can come out here and talk about the Lakers any day, Jay. Any day. Right here. You can come out here and vent about the Lakers.
Fuck
you know,
the Lakers
the most, like, they remember what we said before the season, the first 20 games. I didn't think it would go past 20. We're up to 35 and counting, auto fade for the Lakers. But I do want to say that this is a must-win game for them, and we know how LeBron gets in certain scenarios. Okay, that's why maybe it's best to not even bet on this game because he could mess around and cover without Westbrook when no one bets on him. This is the type of game where they would cover when there's not a single dollar on them.
In theory, the Lakers are supposed to come in here and smack City, in theory, but there's no way in hell I'm betting it.
Monster game from Christian Wood tonight, everyone. Pencil it in. Monster, win or lose, monster game from Christian Wood tonight.
Let me see how many minutes
he is due.
You're going to have me looking now. How many minutes?
I had him on this list with Duncan Robinson, but there was no markets because I don't even.
How do you only score 99 versus the Hornets? What are we doing? How do you only score 99 points versus the worst defensive team in the league? I mean, they started to play a little bit more defense.
Yeah.
But
Christian Wood was pedestrian. He only attempted 9 field goals. Come on. He's going off on the Lakers as if he wants them to trade for him. Tonight is an audition for Christian Wood. He knows the Rockets are going to eventually trade him. It's inevitable.
Jalen Green, we can get off this game, but Jalen Green and Kevin Porter Jr., they probably choose to come back this game. That's probably what'll happen. But it's still Lakers or nothing, but there's no way in hell I'm betting that team.
Yeah, we can get off this game. Probably went entirely too long. Probably should have just opened up and said Christian Wood is likely to have a really big game tonight. That's just how I feel. We already talked about Knicks T-Wolves. I think RJ Barrett, if you guys can get some props on RJ Barrett today, RJ Barrett has a distinct matchup edge. Larger guys that play on the perimeter, they play very well, that have that skill set against this T-Wolves team. Let's go to another game that's on everybody's minds. I know it is. I know this game's on everyone's minds. The Cavs and the Pelicans, and you would not have thought that before the season. The Cavs are the most profitable team in sports, but they've been decimated by injuries and other COVID-related illnesses. But the Pelicans, on their side, they've also been afflicted, but they could randomly activate Valanciunas, who is now probable, Brandon Ingram, and the third player, just those are the two main guys that are missing. Brandon Ingram had Achilles soreness. It's still Cavs or nothing. I don't care.
I don't know, man. This is a tough game, man. It is.
This is tough.
Game. I mean, with the
Valanciunas.
We have to realize, though, that they're still without Mobley and still without Allen. And I'm real big on that because that's what makes the Cavs. And I think there's potentially a lot of people could lose some money on this game. Ingram won't play. I'll tell you that right now. He had a little Achilles injury. He's not going to play. They don't mess around with Achilles and hamstrings. Like, you don't want to be out for a year and a half. You see what I'm saying? Cavs still got ballers over there. They still play a better style of play over there. But with this game being in New Orleans, for some reason, this team tries to turn up at the house, and I've been watching. They playing a lot better. They remember me and you were messaging the other night versus the Thunder, and even still, the Thunder came and balled out. The Pelicans still came back in that game, even though they lost. They came back. They never got down, even when Ingram went out. I got a sneaky feeling, like I may not admit it, but I have a sneaky feeling that the Pelicans come to play here. This is one where, and the Cavs could have a letdown as well. They just put up 144 versus the Raptors. They're missing some kind of big guys. Friday, let me know if I'm still wrong, but I'm still seeing Jared Allen now, Mobley, Shetty Osman, Stevens, and Windler. Like, I mean, this Cavs team.
Okoro's questionable.
Yeah, so I mean, they need Okoro to come back, but like. Garland could possibly be not locked up, but he can be contained here. Then what happens? Like if
The
Graham,
front
you
line
know what I'm
is thin
saying?
for the Cavs. The front line is super thin.
They're when their twin towers are out. I'm just saying it's not the same Cavs team. Like that's what makes the Cavs, Mobley and Allen. You can't score on them two motherfuckers. Like they're the twin towers out there. When they're out, it's a different story. So I lean Pelicans here. Call me crazy.
They've taken advantage of a very favorable schedule as well. The Cavs, against the Bucks that night when they were missing all their players. The Rockets, they had a game against the Hawks postponed. They did lose against. They lost against the Celtics. They took everyone's money that night. And then the Raptors game, that was a game that the league decided the Raptors will lose. Any team in the league would have won against that lineup.
Right. Especially if they get Valanciunas back, bro. I mean,
distinct matchup edge for Valanciunas.
Valanciunas is their best player. It's not Brandon Ingram. Ingram's nice. He's a bucket. Valanciunas is their best player.
Valanciunas has a distinct matchup edge, and he might pop off for his rebounds tonight. Just want to see how many minutes he plays. The one thing I can say about this Pelicans team is that they play a lot of guys that are proving themselves slowly in this league. They go deep into their bench. They have a lot of players that are essentially in prove-it mode, audition mode, and they don't quit. They don't quit. We've seen it in a few instances. Personally, for me, I'm just not going to bet against the Cavs until they fail to cover twice in a row. But I can definitely see if the Cavs lose tonight, it will be because Valanciunas, the distinct matchup edge, he's a black hole in the paint. It is what it is.
He's going off.
He's going
Kevin
off.
Love, what are we doing here?
Kevin Love just wants to hug the three-point line. Kevin Love's been the OKC Thunder.
Kevin Love tonight. I'm telling you this. If Kevin Love starts at center and and Valanciunas comes back, which he should with Ingram likely being out, he will abuse. I'm looking at Valanciunas props, double, and Valanciunas can shoot threes too now. Like he might go pop off for 3-4 threes in the game. I'll be looking at Valanciunas points and rebounds.
Let's roll.
Kevin Love, what are we doing here, man?
Kevin Love's been shooting, but Kevin Love's another player like Christian Wood. He's auditioning for trades. Everyone, he's remember me. It's like he's trying to get someone to trade for him. He's hugging the three-point line, but he's not ready for Valanciunas in the paint.
It's like 36.
And they're very thin. When he comes out of the game, the front line's very thin. I just want to share with you, Jay, the OKC Thunder head coach. We'll get to that game now. The OKC Thunder head coach just entered protocols. Just want to share that.
That's not good. I have Kings written down.
Kings written down. Okay, well, let's get to that game. Can't wait to hear your analysis. Everyone hit the like button for us as well, and follow the bro J Money is Money on Twitter. Follow myself, My Guy Knows a Guy on Twitter, and definitely turn notifications on. Check out his YouTube channel, NBA Talk with Jay, discussing the NBA games, capping the games, points, props, totals, everything, every single day, and twice a day. So if you guys need more information, which I'm sure everyone does, quality information, you might catch me on there. Let's continue. The Pelicans game and the Cavs game, we pretty much, it's basically wait and see. Let's see who's playing. It's so early in the day. But I do think.
Yeah, just real quick, I would not bet these games right now, guys. With what we're going down, I mean, every team has like 5 or 6 guys out for health and safety protocols. Most of the teams, like I'd say, definitely 90% of the teams. There's no way I would be betting overnight or betting this early in the day right now. I know sometimes got to get ahead of the lines, guys, but literally 2 players, 3 players can be out health and safety protocols an hour before the game, and you can't get mad. Maybe you're resting, you could get mad, but the health and safety protocols, that's out of our hands, right? So I wouldn't suggest betting the games there. That's just me.
Complete roller coaster, Jay. The Knicks T-Wolves game is a roller coaster.
Madness.
You see this? Chris Finch just said it's highly unlikely that any of the Wolves players that are in health and place that just came out will play tonight.
What?
I know someone just put 1,000 on the T-Wolves after the last tweet. I know someone did that.
I wish he would wait until the last minute to say this shit, bro. I like the Knicks here. It's simple. I don't care if they play. That's the type of shit that we got to be on.
Yeah, I like the Knicks as well. I like the Knicks. I like them better than the Cavs. Knicks and Duncan Robinson. Let's move on, bro. Valanciunas, Jay. I'm riding with you. Magic team total under.
I hadn't taken the Magic.
It's on the. I wrote it down. Let's go.
Yeah,
Let's go.
Valanciunas is strong. Let's talk about the Kings game because y'all telling me Giddey's out now.
We're not going to talk about the Knicks T-Wolves anymore. I'm just sharing the info because it is kind of crazy though. But this is the NBA, like you say. Let's the Thunder and the Kings. We have a Kings team, Jay. that is an embarrassment at the moment. They're an embarrassment at the moment. But the Thunder might be a bit too hot, everyone. They might be a bit too hot. How do you feel about this one?
I have the Kings written down. I'm not a big believer in them. So look, Robinson Earl already went down. You without Baisley, you without Trey Mann, Pokashevsky. He's like a mini Giddy. I've been watching this Thunder team, guys. Don't call me crazy, but these motherfuckers got some ballers over here. I actually kind of like this Thunder team the next few years, as long as they kind of keep this same young core with SGA guys. They still Dort as well. I think the Kings could run them off the court. The Kings don't play defense. The Thunder do, but like I say, they started to miss some guys. Giddey is big on what they do. You see what I'm saying? Like Josh Giddey is big for them right now. He could possibly go off for a triple-double any night. Like that's just the way he plays. Rebounds, points, and getting assist. Like my guy's a damn good passer.
Sam just said Josh Giddey's out.
That's what I'm talking about him. If Giddey's out, it's gonna be even tougher for the Thunder. If they don't have their coach, it's going to be even tougher for him. I already like the Kings in spot. Their lame duck ass coach, Gentry, he called out the team and saying he's never seen anything like this. I think the Kings come to play here. I think they come to play defensively, possibly. I like the Kings here. I do. It's crazy. The line is high. I bet you my guy Shark's going to say he likes the Kings here. I bet you he is. But I like the Kings. I hadn't bet it yet, but I do like it.
Might be top notch. Yeah, the Kings. This is going to be an interesting game, Jay. It's good. That's how I know you're actual passionate basketball fan. To the Thunder are a team that are actually very entertaining to watch when you watch their games because of the core that they have. Basketball fans have been watching Thunder games. Like they've been going crazy. They don't have the clout of some of these other teams, but Josh Giddey has been integral to their success during this covering stretch. His plus minus has been very high. His plus minus has been very high. I actually projected him to have a decent game today, coming off of his less than stellar offensive performance last game. He is key, everyone. So the Kings in this game, Tyrese Halliburton has been on the upswing as well. Jay, he's been on the upswing as well. How do you feel about his? He's been much more confident this month compared to the beginning of the year. At the beginning of the year, it looked like sophomore slump. But this month, he's playing with a very high level of confidence. I'm noticing that in his game.
Halliburton is the best point guard on the team. Simple. They should trade Fox for – I'm not going to say trade him for Ben Simmons, but I don't trade him for Ben Simmons, play Simmons at a different role. I think they should trade away Fox. Sometimes he hurts the team. I do think they'll come to play collectively tonight, but Halliburton I love to see this guy play basketball. No homo shit, but the guy's a baller. He plays hard on both ends of the floor. Not every NBA player does anymore. I love watching Halliburton play. My guy's he's going off tonight. He's going off tonight.
Again. Let's go.
Who's guarding him? Guarding him?
No, honestly, they would have to put Lou Dort on him, and actually
Dort's
give him. But I know that the Thunder, we don't know that, but they're gonna have more respect for Fox. It's just the natural order of things,
Exactly.
Lou Dort is really going to be tailing Fox in this game, and the teams have kind of figured Fox out until he starts to really get better from the 3-point line. Fox, he really tries to get to the Bogdanovich of the Hawks and protocols. Everyone, Fox, his game is so predicated on really getting to the 3-point line. It's like you said, they should trade him before other teams start to devalue De'Aaron Fox, because
already did.
I'm of the sentiment he's an entertaining player. I'm of the sentiment that De'Aaron Fox doesn't make the Kings better. Otherwise, they'd be better, right? I'm just going to call it what it is. If he was truly a high value player, plus minus player, the Kings would not be as bad as they are. I know that they have glaring holes at other positions, but he's had time to make this team better. SGA has the Thunder on the upswing. We can clearly see his effect on his team. But going into this game, Jay, I had Lou Dort over 2.5 threes listed for this game, but it was very juiced, minus 135, minus 140. Now that Josh Giddey's out, the value might be gone even further, but I still like Lou Dort to hit his threes, and I think Lou Dort will hit his threes tonight.
One last thing.
It's just win or lose type of prop. I don't know.
One last thing. This revenge spot for the Kings. They were up 17 in OKC. OKC came all the way back in the second half and in the fourth quarter to win that game. That's why, and like another guy in the chat said, this is like one of the most points I've seen the Kings favored all season. I think that's for a reason. You see the Thunder, they're hot, right? The Kings been losing. Why the fuck are they favored by 5.5? The Thunder have covered 6 straight, right? Seems super sus.
There's going to be a lot of money on the Thunder money line tonight. There's going to be a lot of money on Thunder money line.
The Kings will, I think they'll get up by 17 again and not look back in this one. So.
Yeah, and then let's talk about the coach too, Alvin Gentry. Let's talk about Jay. He's gonna pop back in, everyone. His connection, but Alvin Gentry flamed the Kings the other day. Alvin Gentry, he said this is the most embarrassed he's felt in his entire 30 years or something in the NBA as a coach. I don't know. You saw that, Jay? He flamed the Kings. They have to come out motivated. Jay Money will pop back in a second. Sucks Josh Giddey's not going to play today. I had a parlay listed. Josh Giddey, 1 steal, plus Lou Dort over 1.5 threes. It paid minus 105, minus 110. Josh Giddey is out tonight. He's integral. So tonight I have the Knicks minus. I'm going to take the Knicks. Going to try to get the best possible price. I'm going to take the Knicks tonight. I'm going to take some RJ Barrett props as well. I have Duncan Robinson over 2.5 threes. We still have one more game. Went way longer than I anticipated, everyone. I anticipated 15, 20 minutes. It never happens that way. It never happens that way. Bogdanovich and Gorgie Deng are in health. J Money's back. Bogdanovich and Gorgie Deng are in health and safety protocols for the Hawks. You know, that's just not what they need at this moment. And Jay, just before you popped out, I was saying you want to talk about the Alvin Gentry quote. You know, he flamed his team. Like, you know, the Kings. That's another. If they have any pride. I know it should have happened last game. If they have a single sliver of pride left in them as professional athletes for the city of Sacramento, after what Alvin Gentry said, that's the most embarrassed he's been in 30 years. This guy's seen a lot of basketball. A lot of basketball.
Lame duck. Guys, I mean, I like what he said. I think it's going to get him fired up, but what are we doing? You go from Luke Walton to Alvin Gentry.
A proven loser.
What an upgrade.
A proven loser. No, for real.
What an upgrade. Guy's a lame duck. I mean, hopefully that's another thing. Like, I hadn't bet this game yet, but I do think like it could go the other way. They could be like, man, so motherfucker, we don't want to play for him. But in theory, I mean, the matchup wise, especially with everything coming, I already had Kings written down for the spot. It doesn't matter about the Giddey news or the Thunder coach. You know what I'm saying? That only helps. That's why I always look at stuff at night and then just see what helps and what hurts the day before, but it's still that player, nothing. You see what I'm saying? So I may end up on the Kings here, my guy.
Yeah, hey, let's try to get the best possible price, Jay. I respect the analysis as well. You know how I feel about the Kings. Everyone in the chat, they already know what the type of shit I talk about them. But at the end of the day, you guys have to listen to what Jay said. It's about betting spots. It's about timing, okay? Sometimes timing is everything. And, hey, you know, even the Kings will cover 25, 30 games this season. You know? Not way more than that, actually. I just completely disrespected them. Even the Kings will cover 38, 40 games this season, you know? It's just the laws of averages. I was thinking like it was a shortened season still or something, you know? But
this is one of them.
Yeah, I mean, hey, Josh Giddey, they need him. But there's a lot to choose from today as well. Maybe we can find value in props as well, Jay. Maybe we can talk about it again later. I'll be definitely anticipating your show. More information throughout the day. Let's the game of the night, the game that everyone's going to be watching is the Nuggets and the Warriors, because the rest of these games, they're all severely afflicted by some serious news. At least we have some good star power on both sides here, Jokic and Curry. The Warriors appear to be completely unstoppable as long as Curry is playing.
Oh yeah.
So I mean,
okay.
It's you know it's what it appears. I'm not betting on it right now.
What are we doing? They shouldn't be laying 7 points without Draymond. They shouldn't be laying.
Draymond Green's in health and safety protocols, and none of those other guys came out.
Player on the team. So what would this line be if Draymond was still in there? I understand it's still strong.
9.
The Nuggets obviously pissed me off the other day. They're gonna turn up for this matchup. Like, they're not gonna just be like, "Oh, this is the Warriors. They're not gonna come to play." They're coming to play here. So look here. Now I hadn't bet this game, but so for the Warriors, you got Poole out, You got Moody out, Damian Lee, which I mean I'm not a big fan of Damian Lee, but still he's a bench player for me. Then Draymond. So what? They got Wiggins back. Did they get Wiggins back or is he still out?
No, Wiggins is not a. He's no, he's not back.
Oh,
Wiggins is
boy.
not back. I'm gonna check that right now, but he's not back. Last night I saw the.
I don't
Yeah,
want to
no,
talk.
we know. Yeah, no, Wiggins is back.
played.
Wiggins is out of protocols. And Jordan Poole is out of protocol. Is likely to come out of protocols. See, you have to.
Okay.
Every source
It
is
has
different. It's crazy. Wiggins
It
is
has to
out
be.
of protocols. He's probably going to play.
That has to be why it said 7. They need
Yeah.
Poole back and Wiggins. Like that's a big three of them almost. But it's crazy because it's almost like this is how I felt with like Jalen Brunson early in the season. Just real quick, he's one of those players that he's super important to the team, but it doesn't really. They don't really put that in the betting markets. You see what I'm saying? Like it's not really into the spread. If he's out, then they won't move it too much. But it means a ton. I said to myself, if the first game that Draymond Green is out, that I have to have faith. That's what I said to myself. I hadn't bet this game, but I do have Nuggets written down. It's Nuggets or nothing for me in this, and I even forgot that Draymond Green was out. They was even thinking that they're in another angle. Jokic, reigning MVP, no Christmas Day game. I think they're going to be. I don't know. Maybe they come to play here. That's the only thing I'm saying. I wouldn't be surprised if Nuggets come to play here.
Akbar said Facundo Campazzo is going to take it home tonight.
I don't want to
Hey,
talk anyone out of their play, man. Bet whatever
Yeah.
you guys want. I didn't bet the
Yeah.
Nuggets, but it's Nuggets or nothing for me.
yeah, Warriors have been covering machines. But Draymond Green is integral to this team's performance. The synergy that he has with Steph Curry is second to none. The Warriors do still have some firepower. This is a game. I don't want to say it's a sharp line because Poole is still out. Jordan Poole has been big for them offensively as well. But I'm going to be interested to see what sort of defensive approach the Nuggets take tonight with Steph Curry. They don't really have the manpower, but let's see how it goes with this one. Let's see how it goes. Steph can go nuclear tonight and still not cover.
Bro, I like the Nuggets, man. I hadn't betted, but bro, it's some sharp games today, man.
It's sharp. It's sharp, Jay. That's why I like talking the games. We're just talking the game. I like talking the games with you, bro. It's like
I think they're live to win the game, bro. I think they're live to win the game. No lie.
just elevated performance from all the role players. Sort of performance. Either way, we don't have to go too deep into it. We have the entire day. Right now, it looks like this game is going to be very entertaining, everyone. Looks like this game is going to be very entertaining. So far for me, Jay, I'm going to take the Knicks today. I'm going to wait, but I'm going to take the Knicks today. Duncan Robinson threes.
I like it.
I'm probably going to take Omer Yurt 7. I've actually already bet Robinson threes. Yurt 7's rebounds from the Miami Heat. The Bucks in the first half. What are we doing, Jay? What are we doing?
Yeah, my short list is Knicks, 76ers, Nuggets, Kings, and then I put the Pelicans at the bottom. So those are my 5 leans. There's no way in hell, me personally, my money's going down on any game this early. But I will be doing I'm finna do a show here in about an hour on my YouTube page, and then I'm doing another one at 6 o'clock of Eastern, my guys.
Let's go.
So that'll be the one where I'll be looking at some props Friday. If you like, you can come on with me. That's the relaxed one where I'm just both of them relaxed, but the late one I'll probably be going live for a whole hour, just talking about every prop possible in each game. So just trying to get some cash for the viewers, my guy.
100%. Can't wait. You guys make sure you follow Jay Money is Money on Twitter. Subscribe to the YouTube channel, NBA Talk with Jay. More information coming throughout the day. Was trying to refresh the page. It's going really slow. We just got the tweet. I'm sure everyone's seen it by now. Thanks for letting us know as well in the chat, Akbar, everyone in the chat. Thanks for the information, everyone. In the chat, Kyrie, Kevin Durant, they've cleared health and safety protocols. Look like the three-headed monster might be on the court sooner rather than later. Let's see what sort of inflated point spreads we get then. But
minus 10. What are we doing?
But it looks like we at least on the road, the Nets will be whole coming soon. More picks coming throughout the day. Appreciate everyone rocking with us. Hit the like button. Drop a comment after the video. More information coming throughout the day. Visit sportx.bet. Follow us on Twitter. And just so much to share. Let's see if Duncan Robinson can throw it up tonight, get his minutes. I'll be watching the Lakers-Rockets game for entertainment and just fire off some funny tweets if something crazy happens. It's that type of game, everyone. Big game from Christian Wood, I think, tonight. a lot of stuff. We talked about a lot of stuff. Scroll back through the video. Jay's going to get ready for his show. I'm going to get ready for lunch. Going to be watching the show as well, the early show, and just working on some stuff with SportX Project. Check out SportX Project, everyone. A lot of stuff coming in the pipeline. Enter the tournaments. You never know. You might see both of us in the tournaments, trying to compete for some cash. We're always trying to get some cash. Let's continue, everyone, and just stay reasonable. Just stay reasonable. Also, think the Bucks might crush these guys tonight. But early in the game, early. Let's any last words, Jay? I'm gonna close it out. I'm gonna end this stream.
No, nothing else for me, man. I hope they crush them to dust, like you always say, man. That's a saying that you started. Crush them to dust.
Hey, 14 on the road is tough, but first half, it's gonna be they would have to get in their own way to not cover. They would have to get in their own way. But anyways, everyone, it might be a completely different outlook this evening. Enjoy your day, everyone. It's time to eat some lunch.